As a vast U.S.-led coalition continues to battle the Islamic State terrorist organization in both Iraq and Syria, on Wednesday, U.S. President Barack Obama sent a letter to Congress outlining a request for authorization to expand the use of military force against the jihadist group. That legislation would allow the president the following. The president is authorized, subject to limitations, to use the armed forces of the United States as the president determines to be necessary and appropriate against ISIL or associated persons or forces. But these powers will be subject to a number of limitations. The authority granted does not authorize the use of the United States Armed Forces in enduring offensive ground combat operations. The authorization for the use of military force shall terminate 3 years after the date of the enactment of the joint resolution, unless reauthorized. The legislation proposal is now expected to trigger a rigorous debate in Congress over the final wording, with members divided over the risks of entanglement in another long-term conflict on the one hand, and the need to confront IS on the other. These differences do not always line up according to the partisan divide. Within hours of the publication, Obama's letter had already drawn a response from Republicans.
I believe that if we're going to authorize the use of military force, the president should have all the tools necessary to win the fight that we're in. The president's point is that he wants to dismantle and destroy ISIS. I haven't seen a strategy yet that I think will accomplish it.
The president himself was quoted saying his proposal would allow the use of special operations forces to act against the IS leadership, missions that could enable limited so-called kinetic strikes, as well as rescue and intelligence gathering operations. The Obama administration remains intent on avoiding another large-scale ground operation and its involvement in the Middle East.